Update 2. My girlfriend said, if you can't handle me flirting with others, you're insecure. I said, you're right. Then I started flirting with a waitress right in front of her. When the waitress gave me her number, my girlfriend wasn't smiling anymore. Saturday and Sunday were a master class in passive-aggressive warfare. She started by blasting breakup anthems at full volume from the bedroom. I countered by putting on my noise-canceling headphones and watching a documentary on industrial engineering. Then came the parade of men. On Sunday afternoon, I was in the living room reading. The door opened and Vanessa walked in with two guys. One looked like he lived at the gym, and the other looked like he was in a boy band cover group. "Oh, don't mind him," Vanessa said loudly, gesturing to me like I was a piece of old furniture. "That's just a roommate. He's moving out soon." She led them to the kitchen and started making margaritas with my tequila. "So, Chad," she giggled, touching the gym guy's bicep. "You have to show me that workout you were talking about." I didn't get mad. I didn't storm out. I put my book down and walked into the kitchen. "Hey guys," I said, putting on my best customer service voice. "I'm Jason. Just a heads up, the ice maker is broken, so you'll have to use the trays. And Chad, right? If you're going to be here a while, could you move your Jeep? You're blocking my driveway and I have a contractor coming later." Chad looked confused. "Oh, yeah, sure, man. Cool. Also, Vanessa," I added, "since we're entertaining, are you planning to pay me back for the tequila today, or should I just add it to the tab with the rent you missed last week?" The room went silent. Vanessa turned purple. "You are such a buzzkill," she screamed. "Just practical," I said. "Enjoy the drinks, boys." I went back to my reading. The guys left 20 minutes later. Apparently, the vibe of roommate financial dispute isn't an aphrodisiac. Monday is when the real dirty trick started. I work from home on Mondays. Vanessa works as a social media coordinator for a boutique, which mostly means she posts on Instagram and calls it labor. I went into my home office around 9 a.m. My desk chair was wet, not damp, soaking wet. She had poured water on the seat cushion. I sighed, swapped it for a kitchen chair, and locked the door. Around noon, the internet went out. I checked the router in the living room. It was gone. She had taken the router. I texted her, "Where's the router?" She replied, "I don't know. Maybe it ran away because you're insecure." Mature. I drove to the electronics store, bought a new high-end router, and set it up in my office. I password protected it with something she would never guess, the date of the Battle of Hastings, 1066, because I'm a nerd. When she came home that evening, she tried to connect to the Wi-Fi. "What is the password?" she demanded, standing in my office doorway. "It's for paying tenants only," I said without looking up from my monitors. "I live here." "You exist here," I corrected. "You haven't paid rent in 3 months because you were saving for our trip to Cabo. Since the trip is off and we're broken up, you're essentially a squatter. Squatters don't get gigabit internet." She stormed out. Tuesday was the escalation point. I came home from the gym to find my clothes, my suits, my work shirts, my favorite jackets, piled on the balcony. It had rained while I was out. "Oops," she said, painting her nails on the couch. I was cleaning the closet and ran out of space. I thought they'd air out. I looked at the sodden pile of fabric. A normal person would scream. I just felt cold. "Okay," I said. "I see how we're playing this." I gathered the clothes. Most were salvageable with dry cleaning. I took them to the cleaners immediately. Then I initiated the authorized user purge. Vanessa has terrible credit. When we moved in together, I added her as an authorized user on my main credit card so she could buy groceries and household stuff for us. I logged into my banking app, remove authorized user. Click. Then I looked at the streaming services. Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Spotify, all in my name. Log out of all devices. Change passwords. I went to the kitchen, made myself a sandwich, and waited. It took about an hour. She was trying to watch her reality show. "Jason," she yelled from the bedroom. "Netflix isn't working." "I know," I called back. "I changed the password." "Give it to me." "No. It's $15.99 a month. You can sign up on your own account." "You are being so petty. It's just Netflix. It's just a router. It's just clothes on a balcony. It's just flirting," I said. She came stomping into the living room. "You are financially abusing me." "Stopping you from spending my money is not abuse, Vanessa. It's budgeting. Speaking of which, I need you to move your car out of the garage. I'm renting that spot out starting tomorrow." "What? You can't do that." "It's my house. I can rent the garage space to anyone I want. My neighbor Dave offered me $200 a month to store his classic Mustang. Since you aren't paying rent, Dave gets priority." "But where will I park? The street parking is a nightmare." "I heard walking is great for maintaining that bubbly personality." She actually tried to throw a vase at me. She missed. It shattered against the wall. "That was a vintage West Elm piece," I noted. "I'll be deducting that from the deposit you never paid." Here is where it gets legal. Yesterday, Wednesday, I got a call from my mother. She was crying. "Jason, why did Vanessa call me saying you hit her?" My blood ran cold. "What?" "She called me. She said you pushed her and she's scared, but she doesn't want to call the police because she loves you. She asked me to send her money for a hotel." I took a deep breath. "Mom, listen to me carefully. I have cameras." "You do?" "Yes. I installed Wise cameras in the living room and kitchen 2 days ago after she poured water on my office chair. I have footage of her trying to throw a vase at me. I have footage of her sitting on the couch perfectly fine. She's lying to get money out of you. My mom went silent. She asked for $500. Do not send it. I'm sending you the video clip of the base incident right now. I hung up and sent the clip. Then I went to the police station. I didn't wait. I walked in and asked to file an informational report. I explained that I was in the process of evicting an ex-girlfriend who was making false allegations to family members. I showed them the video of her throwing the vase and screaming. I just want this on record, I told the officer, in case she tries to dial 911 tonight. The officer, a tired-looking guy named Sergeant Miller, nodded. Smart move. We'll log the disturbance. If we get a call, we'll know the context. I went home. Vanessa was there packing a bag. She looked triumphant. I talked to your mom, she smirked. She sounded really worried. Maybe you should be nicer to me. I talked to her, too, I said, holding up my phone. And I sent her the video of you throwing the vase. And the audio of you admitting you put my clothes in the rain. Her face dropped. And, I continued, I just came from the police station. They have the videos, too. So, if you're planning on faking a bruise or dialing 911, just know that filing a false police report is a crime, and they are waiting for it. She sat down on the bed, looking small for the first time. You're ruining my life. You did that yourself, I said. By the way, the eviction notice is being typed up by my lawyer tomorrow. You have 30 days legally, but I'd suggest leaving sooner. The Wi-Fi isn't coming back. She left last night to stay at Chad's house, but she left all her stuff. I have a feeling the war isn't over. She still has a key. An entitlement like hers doesn't die quietly. Update 2. The last few days have been a crash course in the depths of human entitlement. If update 1 was the skirmish, this was the siege. Vanessa didn't stay at Chad's for long. Apparently, Chad lives in a studio apartment with a futon and 3 ferrets, and the princess couldn't handle the lack of amenities. She came back on Friday afternoon, looking exhausted and smelling faintly of desperation. She tried a new tactic, the gaslight. She walked in while I was cooking dinner. She didn't scream. She didn't throw things. She walked up to me, put her hand on my arm, and looked at me with big, teary eyes. Jason, she whispered. Can we stop this? It's gotten out of hand. I forgive you. I almost laughed. She forgives me. You forgive me for what? I asked, moving my arm away. For the waitress thing, for the clothes, for the internet. I know you're acting out because you're hurt. I'm willing to overlook it if you apologize and put me back on the credit card. I really need to buy concealer. Vanessa, I said, chopping an onion. I'm not acting out. I'm evicting you. My lawyer sent the certified letter today. You have 28 days left. Her face hardened instantly. You can't evict me. I have tenant rights. I looked it up. I have established residency. You do? I agreed. Which is why I'm following the legal process for removing a tenant who doesn't pay rent. It's called a notice to quit. You'll get it in the mail. I'll tell everyone you beat me, she threatened. Go ahead. I'll post the videos. She stomped to the bedroom. Saturday brought the social ambush. I was sitting on the patio balcony having coffee. The doorbell rang. I checked the doorbell camera. It was Vanessa's parents. Now, her parents, Bob and Linda, not their real names, obviously, have always treated me like an ATM with legs. They tolerated me because I paid for their daughter's lifestyle.